Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to do a video on Falconer Kluri. I had some people asking what makes her so good, a lot of people confused on how to actually use her and why she's so prominent in the meta in arcade right now. So, let's go ahead and take a look. First of all, let's look at her skills. We've got her S1 Light Step. It's going to do a normal attack, it's going to do some damage. Damage is not important. What's important here is the 25% CR boost on her S1. That's going to push her up 25% on CR every time she attacks. Except we got her S2, which is a passive. Passives are really strong in RTA, by the way. It's going to recover 10% of the health of the caster at the beginning of every turn. Every time she takes turns, she's healed for 10% of her health. And there's some ruins for the special change that are going to affect these abilities, so keep that in mind. Her S3, which is really her other most important ability, is going to strip all buffs off the target, 100% chance, and then 100% chance to defense break and provoke. Granted, they can still resist that, so you need your effectiveness to be up there. Unless you're going to soul burn, which ignores effect resist, which is really strong as well. So if you're going up against a K-Ron and you really need to strip that immortality, if you burn that, you can guarantee that strip. So now we're going to talk. She's 3-star, which means easily accessible to everybody, especially change. It's really easy to get your imprint up to SSS. So that's one thing we want to talk about is the imprint. Team-wide defense, or you can imprint concentrate to boost your own defense. Both are very solid. And so now we're going to move into her skill ups, her skill tree. We're looking at this. First one, just pure defense, pretty strong. Increased damage by your defense on your S1. It's okay, it's nice, but it's nothing special. And then we get to the third one down here. If you are at max health, you're going to get a 5% barrier on your S2 when it procs. So, you know, it's just a barrier, it's nice, it's nothing game breaking. Next one is just going to be 5% more combat readiness on your S1, which is pretty good. This one is really strong. You're going to get team-wide effect, team-wide healing on your S2 instead of your just yourself. So all your allies are going to be getting 2% of their health every single time you take turn. That's just pure speed, which is nice. We got the dispel chance on your S3. That's how you get it to 100%. That rune there. 100% chance to increase combat readiness of a random ally by 10%. So this is where she really starts to shine. These last two. So you got, not only you're pushing yourself up, you're also pushing one of your allies up every time you use your S1. And then 10% chance to increase combat readiness by 50% at the end of your turn. So after you end your turn, after you S1, you can have a 10% chance to get an additional 50% CR push. And then the last one is speed. So what makes her really strong when you're going through this is she's CR pushing your team and herself constantly. So every time she takes a turn, she's getting boosted up, and an ally's boosted up. Her S3 has the defense break and the provoke, which allows you to control. You know, you get the enemy crowd down to horse range. You can provoke it, prevent him from using that skill, so you have time to finish him off. Like I said, you had K-Ron as was like the other example. You can get rid of that immortality with the S3 with the burn. She's a knight, which lets her hold Arius and Adamant Shield for team-wide damage reduction. On a personal note, I'm running Renuan's Merendum, which gives her speed every time she attacks, so she's just going even faster, more CR push, because I like to run my teams really fast. So the faster she goes, the faster my team goes. She's a 3-star unit, which means 0 molas, and everybody knows how important molas are to have. So not having to invest molas in this really strong character is amazing. And right now she is considered one of the top knights in the game. probably one of the top 5 picks in the game, to be honest. And another thing that makes her strong is that she's an earth element. And a lot of the really strong picks, like Seaside Bologna and Cerise, they're all ice units, which gives her that elemental advantage over them and puts them at elemental disadvantage when going into you. So it helps to resist and helps to land your S3s when you're facing a lot of ice units in the game. How to build her is, there's a lot of ways you can build a Falconer. You obviously want a lot of health and a lot of defense as much as you can. And you want a decent amount of effectiveness. I personally run her at pretty high speed at 240. You can even go higher or you can go lower. The higher speed you go, the more important your S3 is than anything else, because you're taking her at a fast speed so that you can land that S3 on an important target and delete them with the defense break or control them with a provoke. The slower you run, the more health and defense you want, because you want to be able to survive some burst and some damage from the enemy team that's going to come out before you take a turn. If you're running her slower, then you would definitely want to take the Arius or the Adamant Shield for that team-wide defense. And I would not recommend running Renoan's Merendum if you're going on a slower Falconer. Like I said, she's really strong. The more you play with her, the more you realize just how much she actually is going to put into your team. I slept on her for a while, and she's just been amazing ever since I built her. So next time you pull her, if you've been following her, definitely recommend keeping her, build her. Great unit. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. Got anything else to add? Hit the like button. And thanks for watching, everybody.